All right, good afternoon on this Monday. Almost lost track of what day it is. It was our first round of kind of this unsettled pattern of showers and storms last night into this morning. Let's do a quick recap of how much rain you saw. For some, it was nothing. For others, you got a good soaking. Over an inch of rain in some areas. Denton to McKinney, seeing over an inch. Bonham over an inch. Mineral Wells over an inch there. Kind of anywhere in the shade of green was about maybe 3/4 of an inch to an inch plus of rain. Once you get kind of up into those yellow colors, that's well over an inch of rain. But definitely not affecting the southern portion of North Texas. You did not see much of that rain, which actually kind of you head farther south and southwest. That's where the worst of the drought conditions are at the moment. So needing some more rain in those locations, but I do have more on the way. Between now and Thursday, maybe about another 1 to 2 inches across the area. Some higher totals for northeastern North Texas. Unfortunately, some lower totals back to the west and southwest, which, like I said, has some of the worst of the drought conditions, but thankfully it is not zero. Now, not everybody's going to see rain with each round, just like we saw last night into this morning, but I do have some more chances on the way. In the meantime, I bet you noticed the mugginess out there compared to what we had this weekend. It was nice and dry, at least obviously in terms of rainfall for the weekend, but also we had dry air. The humidity, the mugginess has returned, and so has that really strong south wind, gusting over 30 miles an hour at the moment. Lots of cloud cover out there, especially over DFW. Sun's broken out across western areas. Not much rain out of any of those clouds. There might be a stray shower or sprinkle here or there. Most places will be dry as we head through the next several hours and even into the evening and nighttime hours. So there's 6 o'clock. Not much going on. We'll be watching along the dry line. Maybe a storm tries to form up in our northwestern locations, kind of right along the Red River through the evening, but I think pretty low chance of that occurring. You can see how the rest of North Texas does stay dry. Our attention turns kind of to this complex or group of storms that'll move from Oklahoma into North Texas overnight tonight. So there's 11 o'clock. There's midnight as they continue to move into North Texas, arriving maybe in DFW 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning, progressing off to kind of the east and the southeast through the late night hours. And by the early morning to daybreak hours tomorrow, some lingering showers or storms across southeastern North Texas, maybe some spotty showers, and a cold front will actually be moving through during the morning hours tomorrow. So as you can see on that, what I just showed you, it's not rain for everybody. The farther north you go, the better your chances for storms. Closer you are to Oklahoma, but between 10 and midnight, some storms kind of cross the Red River there, arriving in DFW midnight to 3 a.m. or so, and if they can hold together, southern areas between 3 and 7 a.m. in the morning. Not a high severe weather threat at all with this, but I can't rule out some gusty winds and maybe some hail up to size of quarters as those storms move in. They should be weakening as they move in from Oklahoma, so there could still be some heavy rain, but that overall severe weather threat looks pretty low. That front will keep moving to the south as we head through the day tomorrow. We stay pretty cloudy behind it, maybe a stray shower, but most of tomorrow should be pretty dry. Any actual thunderstorms should be kind of out ahead of that front as we head through the day tomorrow. And tomorrow's looking a lot cooler. There could be quite a few places that don't even warm up out of the 60s tomorrow afternoon. If you do, low 70s, but I think a lot of places will stay rather cool during the day. Then the winds kick up back out of the south. Wednesday, most of the area is dry. It'll be another one of these warm and windy days, but we will be watching for some storms to maybe try and move in along a dry line across our western areas late Wednesday evening and into Wednesday night. But then another round potentially moves in late Wednesday night into Thursday morning along our next cold front. Overall severe weather threat as we head through Wednesday into Wednesday night, mainly across kind of our western and northwestern areas, a little closer to that dry line. And then as those storms move through during the morning hours on Thursday, remember that always lessens that severe weather threat. Could be a good soaking rain for us, and that front moves through, clears everything off to the east and to the southeast as we head through the day on Thursday. So your severe weather threat on Thursday, mainly across East Texas over to the Ark-La-Tex, although it does look like the system may have slowed down just a little bit, so I could see that kind of backing up a little bit farther into North Texas. But still, with the storm arrival mainly in the morning, that would mean just kind of some wind and a hail threat with some gusty thunderstorms and hopefully just a good rain across the area. So some storms are overnight storms tonight. Remember, not for everybody. It's about a 60% coverage, and then breezy and much cooler tomorrow. High of only around 70, but I wouldn't be surprised. Quite a few locations don't even make it into the 70s tomorrow afternoon. Good chance for rain Wednesday night into Thursday morning. That 60% on Thursday is Thursday morning. I want to draw your attention to the weekend, though. Look at what happens to our temperatures. 92 Saturday, 95 for your Mother's Day on Sunday. We're going to be dry on Mother's Day. Hey, that's good news. That temperature skyrockets. One of the warmest days we've seen so far this year. We do stay in the 90s the early part of next week with maybe some shower and storm chances returning as well. I'm going to send you to break, and we'll be back after that.